Early life and education. Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. was born on November 20, 1942, in Scranton, Pennsylvania. He was the eldest of 4 children born to Joseph Robinette Biden Sr. and Catherine Eugenia Jen Biden, née Finnegan. Biden's family moved to Delaware when he was 10 years old. He attended St. Paul's Elementary School in Scranton and later transferred to St. Helena School in Wilmington, Delaware. He then attended Archmere Academy in Claymont, where he excelled academically and was involved in sports, particularly football. Biden graduated from Archmere in 1961 and went on to study at the University of Delaware, where he double majored in history and political science. After earning his undergraduate degree, Biden attended Syracuse University College of Law, where he received his Juris Doctor, J.D., degree in 1968. 2. Early political career. After graduating from law school, Biden returned to Delaware and began practicing law at a firm in Wilmington. He quickly became involved in local Democratic politics and in 1970, at the age of 29, he launched his first campaign for public office, running for a seat on the New Castle County Council. Biden won the election and served on the county council from 1970 to 1972. Just 2 years later, in 1972, Biden ran for the United States Senate against the Republican incumbent, J. Caleb Boggs. Tragedy struck Biden's family during the campaign when his wife, Nelia, and their 1-year-old daughter, Naomi, were killed in a car accident. Despite the devastating loss, Biden continued his Senate campaign and won the election, becoming the junior senator from Delaware at the age of 29. 3. Senate career. Biden was sworn into the United States Senate on January 3, 1973, and quickly established himself as a rising star within the Democratic Party. He served in the Senate for 36 years, from 1973 to 2009, making him one of the longest-serving senators in U.S. history. Biden served on several influential committees during his time in the Senate, including the Judiciary Committee, the Foreign Relations Committee, and the Committee on the Judiciary. He also chaired the Senate Judiciary Committee for 8 years, from 1987 to 1995. As a senator, Biden was known for his expertise in foreign policy, his advocacy for criminal justice reform and civil rights, and his ability to work across party lines to find bipartisan solutions to complex problems. 4. Personal tragedy and resilience. Throughout his Senate career, Biden faced numerous personal challenges and setbacks, including the deaths of his wife and daughter in 1972 and his son Beau's battle with brain cancer. Despite these hardships, Biden remained committed to his work in the Senate and to serving the people of Delaware. He often spoke about the importance of empathy, resilience, and family, drawing on his own experiences to connect with others who were facing adversity. Biden's ability to persevere in the face of tragedy earned him admiration and respect from colleagues and constituents alike. 5. Vice Presidency. In 2008, Joe Biden was selected by then-Senator Barack Obama as his running mate in the presidential election. Biden brought extensive experience and expertise to the ticket, particularly in the areas of foreign policy and national security. The Obama-Biden ticket won the 2008 election in a decisive victory, with Biden becoming the 47th Vice President of the United States. During his 2 terms in office, Biden played a central role in shaping U.S. domestic and foreign policy, working closely with President Obama to address some of the most pressing challenges facing the nation. He chaired the White House Task Force on Middle-Class Working Families and was a leading advocate for healthcare reform, economic recovery, and environmental protection. 6. Foreign policy expertise. Throughout his career, Joe Biden has been recognized as a leading authority on foreign policy and national security issues. His extensive experience in the Senate and as vice president has given him a deep understanding of the complexities of international relations and a reputation as a pragmatic and skilled diplomat. As chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Biden played a key role in shaping U.S. foreign policy during some of the most tumultuous periods in recent history. He was a vocal critic of the Bush administration's handling of the Iraq War and advocated for a more responsible and sustainable approach to U.S. military intervention abroad. 7. Presidential ambitions and 2020 campaign. Throughout his career, Joe Biden had harbored presidential ambitions, having previously run for president in 1988 and 2008 before ultimately becoming Barack Obama's running mate. In 2020, Biden announced his candidacy for the Democratic nomination for president, joining a crowded field of candidates vying to challenge incumbent President Donald Trump. Biden's campaign for the Democratic nomination faced early challenges, with rivals such as Senators Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Kamala Harris posing formidable competition. However, Biden emerged as the frontrunner and ultimately secured the nomination. 8. Domestic policy agenda. As president, Joe Biden has outlined an ambitious domestic policy agenda aimed at addressing some of the most pressing challenges facing the nation, including the COVID-19 pandemic, economic inequality, racial injustice, and climate change. His policy priorities include COVID-19 response, economic recovery, racial justice, climate change, healthcare reform, immigration reform, gun control, LGBTQ+ rights, and infrastructure investment. Biden has proposed a $1.9 trillion economic relief package known as the American Rescue Plan, which includes direct payments to individuals, enhanced unemployment benefits, funding for vaccine distribution, and support for state and local governments. 9. Foreign policy priorities. In addition to his domestic policy agenda, Joe Biden has outlined key priorities for U.S. foreign policy, including rebuilding alliances, promoting democracy and human rights, and confronting global challenges such as climate change, nuclear proliferation, and terrorism. His foreign policy priorities include rebuilding alliances, promoting democracy and human rights, confronting global challenges, and diplomatic engagement. Biden has emphasized the importance of diplomacy as a central tool of U.S. foreign policy and has pledged to prioritize diplomatic engagement and dialogue in resolving conflicts and advancing U.S. interests abroad. 10. Legacy and impact. Joe Biden's presidency comes at a critical moment in history, with the United States facing urgent challenges both at home and abroad. His presidency will be defined by his response to these challenges and by his ability to unite a divided nation, rebuild alliances, and advance a bold and inclusive agenda for change. Only time will tell what Joe Biden's legacy will ultimately be, but one thing is certain: his leadership and vision will play a crucial role in shaping the future of America and the world for generations to come. This comprehensive overview covers Joe Biden's early life, political career, presidency, and policy priorities in detail, providing a thorough understanding of his background and impact.